All right, it's Wednesday night. It's podcast night. We got a special one this evening. We are doing Eric Church by request. We've got the new Packers of the South here with us tonight. We've got Big Nelson, Bryant Nelson, and Eli Renfroe. Y'all have both been on the show. This is your second time, Eli. Big Nelson, this is
Four,
three or four, yeah,
Yeah.
4 or 5 maybe.
Yeah.
So, but you guys by request selected Eric Church, and I like this because if you listen to us, we typically if the artists are a little older that we pick because we're older. So, but we all like Eric Church. I would say he's not the newest artist around, but he's one of the older of the newest artists, which we talked about in the parlor. And so we're excited to do that. We're glad y'all are here.
Right. He's by far my favorite in modern day.
And you've seen him in concert.
This, 9 times 10 in May.
10 times in
Yeah.
May. How about
I-
you, Clive?
I'm close behind him. I'm at 5, but I'll get there.
So, sitting live. So, what's it like? What does it feel like?
He kind of has like a theme to his shows. Like I went in October to he had a bar in Nashville and he did just him and his guitar and it was no phones allowed. It was called To Beat the Devil and it was just about him trying to tell a story about how he got through the evil times in Nashville, people having dreams die and stuff, and played a lot of songs that's coming out on his new album. Played songs we've never heard before, and he likes to. He has a lot of feeling in his music. I would say he's not just playing music because he likes making money off of it.
Yeah, I agree with some of those statements that as far as what I know, what I do know about Aaron Church is that he's almost a historian for music. It's just a lot of different artists, which we'll get into, a lot of different references in some of his songs. And I dig that. I mean, he's paying homage to the people that came before him, and he's putting forth some real good music. And we'll get into it a little bit later about his live stuff. I mean, I've just been able to hear his live recordings. I would like to see him in concert though, so I'm a little bit jealous. You guys are,
It's
really,
well worth it.
really Eric Church fans. Y'all seen him several times, so that's great. So anyway, we're glad y'all are back here with us tonight. That should be fun. We're gonna have a great Eric Church playlist by the time we're done. And let's get into it and teach people a little bit more about some behind the scenes on Eric Church, which I'm sure Percy's going to be prepared for. Hopefully y'all are too. So before we get started, let's thank our sponsors, Spices Crackers. Man, best cracker around. And wait till next year. We got plans for next year, and it's going to be bigger and better. And we're going to just keep trying to make it bigger and better because it's for a great cause. Last but not least, Friendly's Pharmacy. If you're using a corporate pharmacy, you're really screwing up. You get better care, better treatment, people that actually really, give a rip about your medication. So it would encourage you to use, if not Brindley's, encourage you to use Brindley's, but at least a local pharmacy. They've been under fire within these idiot insurance companies. So give them a chance. All right.
And I want to mention we're not going to be at Bucksit on Saturday.
No, we will be at our friend Kirk Miner's Memorial Saturday. R.I.P. Kirk, great friend. Was a big help and early on with the podcast, helping us and Drew with logos and promotion and all sorts of stuff, and of course the banner. So we'll be paying tribute to our lost friend Kirk. So that being said, Wilkie's got my rear here. We're ready to go. You guys ready to get into Eric Church?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. As always, honorable mentions. Percy, what you got?
So several of mine have changed, and this happens occasionally, changes throughout the week. But the song that I kind of lean towards this week for my first honorable mention is, I guess, relates to the crowd that I'm going to visit next week, and it's "Smoke a Little Smoke."
Oh, it's a good song. Yeah. Chrissy's going to see Dead and Company in Las Vegas at the Sphere. We hope he comes back in one piece
And that's
with his mind.
you know, that a lot of Eric's songs I have found had some. It's kind of outside the Nashville, the pop crap which we all love, but there's some hippie vibe to some of
Yeah.
his music.
Yep.
And some of his songs, there's a uh, lack of a better word, there's a folk vibe to some of his songs.
I can hear that.
That's just from my standpoint. I mean, I don't really mean nothing. And the next song for my honorable mention is "I'm Getting Stoned." This song says, "I've got a rock," or "She's got a rock," and I'm getting stoned.
Yeah. Good choice. You got another honorable there?
My last honorable mention is, and this song basically talks about, you know, people want to find new ways to get over your problems and stuff, but they're the old fashioned way, and it's the old standard, and it's just a jukebox in a bar.
That's great.
And there's no scientific way better
Yeah.
than a jukebox in a bar.
Man, if I go to a bar and there's a jukebox, my money's going in it. I want to control. Oh yeah, $20. Now they're digital. They're great, and you can get, for $20, you can probably get, I don't know, a dozen songs. Some are 2 credits, some are 3, some are 1. But I want to control that music. I want everybody to hear what I'm feeling.
Of course,
Jukebox is great.
you're truly a jukebox hero.
I am with stars in my eyes. Eli, honorable mentions for you.
Okay.
I'm curious about the new crackers, but as far as what they're bringing to the table.
All right. So my first one, I mean, I absolutely hate to call this an honorable mention, but I got to. It's Pledge Allegiance to the Hag.
Okay. Oh, it's got left.
They got the first person.
No, but you get right in the heart, man. You get right in the heart.
It's me for not being an honorable mention. Oh God.
Yeah, that's a joke. Make one. Make a joke. It's worth it.
And what I love about it is you had this young up and coming artist, and Merle Haggard just did a verse with him.
Right.
I mean, just out of the blue, it's crazy. And I mean, of course, always, all of us in here, we always pledge allegiance to the Hag.
Absolutely.
It's also an incredible song live. If you ever get the chance to see him live, it turns a 3-minute song into about 10 minutes.
Wow.
It's incredible. Next, we've got something off the And album, which is one of his latest releases. It's Through My Ray-Bans.
Okay.
It's a song I really like a lot, and it reminds me of Stay by Jackson Brown.
You're talking my language now. It's Jackson Brown is my man.
It's exactly what it reminds me of, because he's telling a story of how he sees his crowds, about how these people come together for one purpose, and it's just his viewpoint of all of them. And I think he said he wrote it like right in the middle of COVID, and he was really thinking hard about getting back on the road and just seeing all his fans. And yeah, it's just one I love a whole lot.
Great choice. Can't wait to listen to it.
And then my last honorable mention is the only one I took out of the 61 Days from Church.
Okay.
Which
Which was fantastic, by the
Yes.
way. If y'all don't know what he's talking about, it's Eric Church Live, and he does a ton of covers.
a ton.
And
I
they are great.
To say, if that's how Vic Nelson's dad got me listening to Eric Church, was the
361
and
days.
it's a great entryway into Eric Church,
Yes.
because he's going to do some songs that you know, and then you can kind of just ease into Eric Church.
And you'll learn his stuff.
Right. You'll at least hear one song that you've heard of before. You'll click that
Yeah,
one.
absolutely.
And I made myself take my favorite cover from it, but I think it's more because I love the song in general, and Eric does a great tribute to it, and it ain't wasting time no more.
God. That's so great.
I love it. It's beautiful. Of course, the Allman Brothers. It's
I mean, who covers the Allman Brothers?
nobody
Gets away with it.
exactly, and Eric
No one
great.
does except Government Mule
Yes,
and Eric Church. right?
Yes.
So
We
now Eric Church has covered and did a good cover of the Allman Brothers.
Some of those songs he had Chuck Leavell playing on
Yes, he
with
did.
him on
Oh my goodness.
when he did
God.
and I mean to mess anybody up, I hope I didn't, but when he did Dixie Chicken,
Yes,
Chuck
yeah.
Leavell played on that. Oh, he kills Dixie Chicken.
Yes.
Oh, great. Great honorable mentions. Great selection, man. Can't wait to listen to all this. All right, Big Nelson, honorable mentions for you.
All right. My first honorable mention's been taken already. I'm with Percy right here. The song, Eric likes to jam when he gets on the stage. He gets horns involved. He gets his backup singers involved. Smoke a Little Smoke was my first honorable mention. That just it's one of his oldest, greatest songs.
Right.
I say oldest. He's been around 20 years, but still.
Yeah. It's hard to believe he's been around 20 years now, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, because I always still consider him a newer guy. You know, but that's because of my age.
Right.
So as we mentioned earlier, right?
Second song, again, is the only one I took from the live in 61 Days in Church, and it's called "Old Friends, Old Whiskey, Old Songs."
Great song.
Okay.
It is. He only ever played it live, never recorded it. It's his song. It's just for his church crowd, and
That's awesome.
I think he played it in Birmingham when we were there.
Yes,
He was the last song he did. It's just him and his guitar, and he just talking about there's nothing better than, you hadn't seen friends in forever. Nothing better than getting around with some old friends, old whiskey, and old songs. It's the basis of it.
It's almost good as good friends, good whiskey.
Yeah, exactly.
So he does say, "Me and my rowdy friends, we ain't rowdied on down just yet." That's one of the verses in the song. So that's
Awesome.
Well, you'll get there, Eric.
Yeah. He's getting
Yeah.
But
It's all coming.
last song, last honorable mention. This is his. He released this song last year, and it's called "Darkest Hour." It was the Hurricane Helene relief. He released it. Every dollar made from that song went to Helene effort. Ended up at a
Nice.
concert with Luke Combs. A lot of people from North Carolina raised $24 million plus all to Helene. He did this song at that house show I went to. Had a whole church choir, like actual church choir members singing it in the background. Gave you goosebumps. I couldn't leave this song off. I know it's new, but it's just
It's a great story.
it has a lot of feeling behind it, and that's something that sets Eric away from really anybody else in today.
His back.
Right, and he loves North Carolina.
Well, and two, Eric did not,
He's born there.
and that concert did not get the fanfare that the LA Fires concert got.
Well, it's LA and it's the media.
And I understand that, but even like,
It's not fair.
I'm not saying like national, I'm even like local media outlets and stuff did not cover that, which is even really worse than the national media to me. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Tell you something I read.
They're both good causes.
I read the other day he bought a bunch of land. He's going to build some houses for those people in North Carolina too.
Yeah, he has a whole Chief Cares Fund.
Oh, that's all.
That's better even than the next week, too.
Right.
Yeah, it does. We got James Taylor next week. Carolina on my mind. Yeah. And I was born in North Carolina myself, so I'm a Carolina guy, Tar Heel, baby blue, man. So, when I learned he was from North Carolina, a long time ago, actually, I was like, all right, give this guy a chance. Right. So, my honorable mentions. All right. We're starting out from 61 Days of Church. He did a great cover of Gordon Lightfoot's Sundown.
Yes, he did.
In Canada.
It was he slowed it. How do you slow Sundown down?
Yes.
And he did it with a twang. And right from the get-go, it's like, oh, yeah, I just feel this groove right now. And just thought if anyone's going to cover Sundown and do well, he did it. He gets A+ for that. So
Well, Sundown's pretty much Canadian country anyway. I mean,
it is.
Yeah,
it is. It's Canadian country folk, whatever you want to call it. But I like his version as much as the original.
I do too.
It is fantastic. So encourage you to listen to that, and I'll make the playlist. My next one, I didn't know, like you guys, I didn't know a lot about Eric Church. I knew the basics. And I still just pretty much know the basics. But I know a little bit more now because I had to listen to pick some songs. But there was this one title I saw and it was Leonard Skinner Jones. I said, I got to know what this is about. And what a great story. That's a great story song.
Oh yeah.
And I was, oh, yeah, that's got to make the list. I don't know who's going to
That's in
think
Alabama.
That's right. That's right. So,
He opened up with that song, hit that same me and him song in Birmingham 3 years ago,
Yeah, 3 years
and
ago.
it was one of his recent tours, and he opened up with he just Leonard Skinner Jones and went right into playing the Ballad of Curtis Lowe. So
oh,
he-
boy.
yeah,
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
he's creative.
yeah.
He does. He pays homage, which I appreciate that about him.
That's a good song, but it's like there was a point at work where like the satellite radio station we were listening to, you would hear that song like 5 times a day. It's
Oh,
like,
boy.
you
Okay.
get
I didn't
Yeah.
you
experience
get
that.
burnout. And then, but today I heard that song and I thought, I forgot how good it was because you have that problem even with classic rock songs,
You do.
classic
You-
country songs. You burn out.
Classic rock radio has worn out so many great songs. It's ridiculous. Expand your library. There's so much.
And you forget how great these songs are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. Before I name my last honorable mention, I want to give a little shout out to Joe Pounder Rains for this Silicaga Shine. It's good. And it got me a little cross-eyed earlier today. I just had to sample it for you boys before the new crackers got here. So anyway, we're making it. We're doing all right. All right. My last honorable mention is Creepin'.
Oh,
The Chief.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah. Chief was his, I mean, that was his chief.
That
That
was
it.
his.
He hit the world.
He was coming. He was coming to you. He was coming in your face. He was
Yes.
coming all over you.
Yes. Wow.
Whoa! What? What's the lonely cracking kick?
No. Point. And he did hit the thing.
Credit to the group.
Good. We know what you meant. Fuck him. That's all I'm saying. That was good. But he did it. He hit the scene, and everyone's like, church. Man, it's a great album. I don't think there's a bad song on that album.
no.
No, there's not.
No, and we could have done this entire list, and it would have been every song from Cheap, pretty much. But once you get into hearing some of this other stuff, you're like, wow, he's got more. He's got more in the tank. So good stuff, man. All right, Percy, number 5 for you.
My number 5 is like this song kind of relates to my dad, and then in a way it don't, because my dad did not have a partly beige car, but he always constantly had music on, and mine is hippie radio.
Okay,
Fantastic song.
yeah, y'all give that approval.
That's a little more folk side.
So I listen to your radio, and you guys are like, oh yeah, it's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Good. Okay. All right.
And you would appreciate the mentions in hippie radio, and it just kind of hit me. That was my dad, not in a car physically, but in the house
Right.
playing music for me, and it's the whole story about when I think when his kid's born, they're taking him home, they're listening to the hippie radio,
Yeah, and he mentions
Yeah.
it's him and he took his girl and
they're listening to
Yeah.
Cats in the Cradle.
Cats in the Cradle and the Silver.
Absolutely,
City
man.
Radio.
And I would I want to challenge any newer parent or new parent. Teach your kids right. Get them
Yeah, that's all.
involved with the good
Yes,
music
that's all
from
I
the
can say
get
about it.
go.
Thank you,
Right?
Crosby, Stills,
I
and
mean,
Nash.
you were taught. My kid, Percy was taught. Eli was taught by your dad.
Yes.
And Wilkie was, he was taught. I mean, teach your kids right. I started Lauren out on the Beatles, and now she listens to everything. So she just got a plan. And I can't wait. I've got bought my grandson a harmonica, which my granddaughter took over, and now they're driving everyone at their house crazy. So a drum set's coming soon. But teach your kids right. And that's
Right.
important.
And remember, once you start them on that musical journey, it will never end.
It will never ever end. All right. Good number 5 for you, Eli. You're number 5.
All right, my number 5 is Creeping.
Okay.
I mean, as you can tell by the very start of the song, Eric Church wrote the song while hungover
Right.
inside of a screened-in porch.
Okay.
It has one of my favorite lyrics he's ever written, which is "A honeybee beating on my screen door, got a little buzz in my head sore."
I described it.
That describes it. That's
yeah.
where he was when he started writing this song. And it's got an incredible music video. If you get the chance to watch it, it's I guess early 1900s guy running away from love, pretty much.
Wow.
And
It's sort of funny how songwriters get an inspiration for how they. Yeah.
Well, and you mentioned that.
The slightest thing could trigger a song.
yes,
That tells me that he is a real songwriter. That when stuff hits him, what is it Hank Williams Jr. says that this songwriting sessions are bullshit.
yes,
Don't have no. If I'm sitting out on a boat fishing and it hits me, then I write it down.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how,
and that tells me
that's how good. That's how good lyrics are written.
they come to you.
Truly, they come to you and you write it
I mean-
down. And over time, you collectively put it together.
Neil Young walked in the woods 5 minutes and wrote Ohio.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Wild Horses was written on the toilet in Fame Studios or Muscle Shoals Sound Studios.
Yes.
Right. So crazy. Good choice. Big Nelson.
That point right there leads right into this song. Eric Church, he had 3 albums, Heart and Soul. He released Heart, Soul in 2020, 2021.
Still be a good thing.
And then released the album and later on, and then but on the album Soul, this song came because he took a break from writing. Him and his wife went and watched, I think it was a Billy Joel movie, and in the movie Billy Joel said "Rock and Roll Found Me," and that is the name of the song. It's an old rock and roll
It's a
song.
great song.
It's got it's just, I mean, it's just very good vibe song. He talks about he was a skinny little white kid. Everybody's like, what's wrong with this kid? You know, why is he all bouncing over the place, rock and roll all the time? Even it name drops a couple songs, and it's just I never skip it. It's
That's a great
always
story.
But it's so true that rock and roll. He didn't go out looking for rock and roll.
No.
It found him, and I think that's true with a lot of us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We just didn't go out looking for something.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the song you can relate to.
Hey man,
I wasn't that skinny little white.
someone told me I was talking about discovering music, and I was like, try to find songs, and they said, well, the songs need to find you. And if you spin that and think about it a little bit, there's so much truth to that. When the song finds you, you're never leaving that song. So I get that. All right, you're number 5. My number 5. Over when it's over.
It's great.
Great.
How did I do, boys?
It's good.
It's a good one. I don't know a whole lot about that song, but I like it.
It's a good one.
I like it. So yeah, this guy, he's got a good songbook, man. All right, number 4, Percy, what you got?
Number 4 is a liquor I absolutely detest. But you don't want to get in a fight with him because Jack Daniels will kick your ass again last night.
I was kicking again last night. He kicked my ass, Fuji.
I don't play with Jack, but the best thing when he plays that song in concert, he usually finds somebody in the crowd that's brought in a Jack Daniels shooter, and he'll stop the song and take a little shot of Jack Daniels with somebody right there standing next to the stage.
That's awesome.
Keep it going.
So he really is crowd friendly.
Oh, very.
He gets them all involved.
He's very loyal to what they call the church choir, which I
Okay.
have joined.
Okay, that's great. I'm gonna try and go see him, guys.
When he says it's not hard to tell who got
Oh.
the best of who's.
Yeah. We know who won.
Yeah, Jack Daniels don't fight.
All right. Eli.
My number 4 is coming off the Outsiders album, and it is Devil Devil.
Okay. I listened to that album. I liked it.
About the first 3 minutes, the spoken monologue on how you get treated in Nashville.
Which is like shit.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Yeah.
He compares it to a pimp and a whore.
Yep.
And he name drops a few artists that are treated bad, and the one that always sticks out to me is Bobby Bear, because I'm a big Bobby Bear fan.
Right, I am too. I think we all are big
It's
Bobby
that
Bear
night,
fans.
But you know the real people.
Most underrated musicians of
Yes.
all time. He should be in the overall music hall of fame.
Yeah, I remember asking my dad if we could sing "Drop Kick Me Jesus" at church.
Yeah. Yeah, you're oh we can.
So streets of Baltimore. As hard as it the Lincoln Park in. I mean, well, you could just go on forever.
Yeah, a long time.
500 miles.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Good
Detroit
stuff.
City. I remember saying that song when I was a kid.
She did take a
Spent the
lady
last
birthday.
night in Detroit City.
Good stuff, guys. New Crackers bringing it here. Nick, what you got?
We didn't share a list, I promise. But my number 4 is the same, Devil.
Well, it happens sometimes.
Yes. It again, like he says, the first 3.5 minutes is spoken. It's like basically a poem he wrote that describes the evils of Nashville. But then the song is actually about trying to defeat the devil. It's a 3-part song because it starts with Dark Side, then to Devil. It's called the Prelude of Princess of Darkness, and then Devil. But
Yes.
the song, like he's kind of going. It's kind of got like a horror undertone. Like it's very. The devil went down to Georgia Field.
Yeah, right.
Devil band playing in
Yep.
the background. As soon as the song hits, it rocks it up. It's great. I hadn't heard it in person live, but it's on 61 Days in Church, where you can listen to it without having to have the 3-minute monologue. But it's a fantastic song. It really rocks it up, and
Good stuff.
it's great.
That's great, man. I can't wait to hear this playlist Percy's gonna put together. All right, my number 4. It's a popular one. Drink in My Hand.
Oh yeah.
I mean, give me a break,
Oh, yeah.
man.
I think everybody wants to tell that boss man to shove that overtime up his can.
Shove it up there, and man.
Especially if you
All
get
I want to do is have a drink in my hand. Feel that way. I don't have a boss, man. I mean, I am my own boss, man.
And you don't work overtime.
All right, that's my number 4. It's nitty gritty time. What's number 3?
My number 3 is these two gentlemen will know what I'm talking about when I say the man in black would have whipped your ass.
Yeah. Mm.
But you still got a lot of boot left to fill. What is it he says? If it looks good on TV, it'll look good on CD.
Shape her up and trim her down. Who really cares how it sounds? You know, I'm not going to curse, but
That's great.
that's a fantastic song.
That's good stuff. Number 3, Eli.
My number 3 is "Record Here."
That's a good one.
It's super duper steam.
Oh yeah. It's another one where when he released his Outsiders album, he kind of went away from the public eye a little bit because of how he crapped on Nashville during the whole album. So they wasn't getting a whole lot of play back then. And then he came out with the album "Mr. Misunderstood," and
Yeah,
"Record Here" was his first single off of it, and he got back to the moon.
Yeah, I know Percy likes that album, Mr. Misunderstood, and he turned me on to it.
Yes.
That's a great album.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Super album. So appreciated this week getting to dig into a little bit more Eric Church. I give him 2 thumbs up and 5 stars. Good choice. All right, Dave.
My number 3 comes from the Live from Red Rocks. It is my favorite live song. It's 10, 11 minutes long because it does a medley in between. It's called Mistress Named Music. And I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but he stops in the middle of it and plays 3 or 4 or 5 different songs that have inspired him. That's what the whole song is about. That he started in church listening to music, and from that point on, no matter what his dream was, he is always chasing music, or music is taking up his life. And there's plenty of videos on YouTube you can find. He does 3, 4 different old songs. It's played again. He likes to play tribute to a lot of older music,
Right.
but that's what this song is. It's really good. He liked to mix it up. He plays different songs in the middle of it, but it's his go-to.
Like we talked about earlier, I mean, I like the fact that he's sort of a music historian. Anybody that's going to pay homage to previous artists in their music gets my vote all the time. I mean, they get it. because there's so many new artists that come out. I don't even know if they've even listened to some of the older stuff. I just don't know. But Eric Church has, and like I said, he was brought up right. My number three's been mentioned, and yes, Jack Daniels has kicked my ass plenty of times, and still drink some Jack Daniels from time to time. I like to think I've upgraded to Gentleman Jack, but it's kicked my ass too. But that song's just, there's so many of us that, I mean, shit, if you've had Jack Daniels before in your life, it's a good chance it's kicked your ass too. So just love the song. All right, we're getting down and dirty. Number two, Percy.
My number two's already been mentioned, and it easily could have been number one. And it's every day when I get up in the morning, I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Ah, there you go.
And if you don't, you're just a fucking communist.
Well,
Sorry.
roll back.
We have just passed April the 6th,
Right.
which should be a national holiday. It's the day Merle was born and the day Merle died.
He died. How? Like this. No, but we're going to have Liberation Day. It's the national holiday. We should have Tag Day. Maybe we'll just make it a personal podcast holiday.
We will.
All right, there we go. That settles that. That'll make me happy. Eli, you're up.
My number two is Mr. Misunderstood.
Okay.
It's because it's a song that I can relate to. I can relate to being the odd kid, the kid with a different music taste than everybody else. I remember being in Misty Harding's first grade class, and you could bring music to a snack and recess for the whole class to listen to, and somebody brought something one week, and somebody brought something next week, and I said, you know what, I'll bring something. I brought the George Jones box set. Which is really different for a kid in first grade, but that's what I listened to. That's what I listened to. I loved it.
First grader of your age bring the George Jones box set.
Yes.
That's priceless.
We listened to White Lightning.
That's comparable to, I had kids my age making fun of me in high school because I was listening to Kareem and Jimi Hendrix,
Yeah.
and it was blowing their minds. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, it's like musicians that he name drops in the song. It's Elvis Costello, Ray Hubbard, Jeff Tweedy. It's people that were seen to be out there,
right?
Musically, it wasn't the popular music, but it's stuff that he would have listened to,
right?
And yeah, I can just see myself as that kid. And then you listen to the song; it has all the tempo changes, and then there's not a chorus in the song. It's just continuing verses, and it's incredible. It's a masterpiece.
That's a great story behind that. I appreciate it. What you got, Big?
My number two, I hope it doesn't spoil anybody's because it's his most popular song. It's played every single time he plays. It's Springsteen.
You just spoiled the whole damn evening.
And it's just, I mean,
you're bigger than me, and there's nothing I can do about
it. He says having a melody and a memory tie each other together, and like that's my probably number one reason for liking Eric Church, loving his music is there's so much tied to it. It's not just a song. It makes you feel a certain type of way. And there's everybody that loves music hears a song and it takes them to a different place, and that's what that song is about.
What that song's about.
It's about this guy. Every time he heard Springsteen, he thought of this lost love he had. Or every time I hear Dinosaur, I think of certain people. It is the epitome of being a music fan, and I think it's.
And this is a good segue for me because my number two is Springsteen. And I am a huge, Percy will tell you, I'm a huge Bruce Springsteen fan. I've seen him, I can't tell you how many times in concert. He pours his heart and soul out into every show. It's fantastic. Whether you like his music or not, you got to respect somebody that'll play for over 3 hours, especially at his age. And his audience engagement is wonderful, and I wonder if Eric Church picked up on some of that Bruce Springsteen audience engagement.
Oh, definitely.
Because in Springsteen, he sings about glory days and Born to Run, and you can tell he's a fan, And the first time I heard Eric Church was, of course, Springsteen. I was like, all right, someone gets it. Someone gets it from my perspective. Because not everybody gets Springsteen. I do. You just don't want to listen to everybody's politics, but his music, Eric Church got it. That's my number two. And now we're down to number ones. Percy, what's number one for you?
My number one is something that we need more today than we ever needed. And we need a country music Jesus.
No, boy, no way.
With Fire on the Mountain. I'm telling you. And I'm going with a live version of this that he did of country music.
Okay. Yeah.
And this song, it's almost like a hymn.
Oh yeah.
Almost.
Good stuff. Good choice. I'm glad that made the list. Yeah. All right. Eli, you're number one.
My number one is Springsteen.
Okay.
It's off the Talk and the Act live album
I love it.
where he
medleys.
medleys it with Born to Run.
Yeah.
And he tells the story of why he loved Bruce Springsteen and why he loves playing amphitheater shows because that was the first show he ever did. And he remembers stealing beer from people on the lawn. And it's just something that everybody can relate to. Like Big Nelson said earlier, the song is connecting a melody to a memory, and that's what we all do with music.
That's right. We do. Great choice, man. List, everybody so far, big. It's up to you.
My number one has been taken, but anything that mentions probably one of the greatest to ever do it, if not the greatest. But Pledge Allegiance to the Hag, man, it is my favorite Eric Church song. It's one I'll always. He plays it in concert, and it's the black and white picture of Merle Haggard goes on the screen behind him, and the fact that, like he said earlier, but the fact that Merle Haggard would sing along on a song on a kid's first album just tells you that. I mean,
He saw something.
he saw something, but
He saw something.
Merle Haggard, he's one of my all-time great favorites.
Oh, he's one of the greatest songwriters,
Yeah.
period.
That is
That's country or anything. It's just one of the greatest songwriters ever.
yeah.
So
So
Merle Haggard.
I mean, Pledge Allegiance to the Hag was my automatic number one, and then I had to work from there. So
That's great stuff. Good choices, guys. All right, my number one has not been mentioned. All right. So we all know Eric Church was born in North Carolina and Granite Falls, North Carolina. It's sort of a little bit of the western part of the state. I was born in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. All my family's from North Carolina. And when I learned Eric Church is a Carolina boy, I was like, okay, all right, I'm going to give us a little bit more. And of course, the song with this Carolina. Great song. It pulls at my heart because what he sings about is I've seen and I've sort of lived. And I was just like, it's just a great song, man. Springsteen would have been number one, but when I got to dig, I found Carolina, and Kevin Murdoch actually sort of pointed me in that direction. I was like, oh man, that's a fantastic song. So, I want to encourage everybody to dig into some Eric Church. It's worth it. It's worth it. The new crackers say it is. It's worth it, man. You guys have been so great. Percy, do you have Percy's pick this week?
I do. And it's so easy to take any one of the songs from the 61 Days in Church. And a lot of them will be on the playlist. And I have several favorites. But I picked this out because of, like we previously mentioned, was his love for the Hag. And not only was that, but the song that he picked was not, or that I'm going with, was not a popular song. And this song was off probably one of the greatest country albums ever made. And it was not a popular song off that album. And Eric Church did Heaven Was a Drink of Wine.
It's incredible.
Oh man.
But I think he did Big City on that. But Big City was a fairly popular song, and Heaven Was a Drink of Wine was not a great popular song. And for him to take a deep cut like that from the Hag and pull it out told me that he really appreciated the Hag.
All right, good work, man. That's a good pull right there. All right, next week, Gary Bruce is coming. We're doing James Taylor. He has reserved that for a while, and we're finally going to do it. That should be a good time. You guys did great tonight. I hope you'll come back.
Oh yeah.
New crackers in town and coming back again. I love it. And good job, everybody. Wilkie, as always. Mercy. Much love to everybody here.